Final warning. What you saw today was not a real collapse in silver. It was a forced event, and it can happen again. Something major hit the silver market today. Not because mines shut down, not because buyers vanished, not because silver suddenly lost value. It happened because the rules changed. A margin rule changed this morning, and that single decision triggered everything you saw. If you were watching prices, you felt it. Silver was trading near $84 just days ago. Adjusted for inflation, that level hasn't appeared in decades. Then today, within hours, price fell hard. At one point, more than 5% vanished. For some investors, weeks of gains disappeared before lunch. Here's the key point. This move was not about fundamentals. Demand did not collapse. Supply did not surge. Silver did not become worth less. This was mechanical. The CME Group issued Advisory 25-393. They raised margin requirements on March 2026 silver contracts, effective this morning. 3 days ago, margin was $20,000. Now it's $25,000. That's a 25% increase in required cash overnight. If you use leverage, you already know what that means. If you don't, picture this. You buy a house with a normal down payment. Everything is fine. Then your bank calls and says the rules changed. You must double your equity immediately. If you can't, they liquidate the house. That is exactly what happened to silver traders today. Margin calls went out. Some traders couldn't meet them fast enough. And when that happens, positions are closed automatically. At market price, no negotiation. When many traders are forced to sell at once, price collapses. In early December alone, more than 47 million ounces worth of paper silver was liquidated. That is massive selling pressure in a thin window. So ask yourself this: who benefits when price suddenly drops? If you were short silver as it raced toward $84, you were under pressure. Losses were mounting. A forced sell-off would help you immediately. Public data shows large commercial players were heavily short. Banks, institutions, entities with deep balance sheets. Then margins were raised, twice in 2 weeks. This pattern is not new. I want to be clear. I am not accusing anyone of manipulation. The CME says margin hikes are risk management. That explanation is reasonable, but history matters. In 1980, silver exploded upward. Rules were changed. Buying power was restricted. Price collapsed. In 2011, silver surged again. Margins were raised 5 times in 9 days. Silver dropped nearly 30%. Now it's 2025. Silver breaks $80 for the first time ever. Margins rise twice in 2 weeks. Is that coincidence? You decide. Let's walk through today. Silver opened near $78, already below the recent high. Asia closed. Europe opened. Selling accelerated. By mid-morning, price was near $75. Then came the flush, a straight drop through support.
No pause, no bounce. At the lows, silver traded more than 10% below last week's peak. This type of move has a signature. Forced liquidation doesn't look like normal selling. It's fast, it's aggressive, and it ignores price levels. Data shows that in one 15-minute window, over 13,000 contracts traded. That's roughly 67 million ounces in 15 minutes. That equals months of global mine production, dumped instantly. Now, here's where things get interesting. While paper silver collapsed, physical silver barely moved. Dealer prices for real coins stayed firm. In some cases, premiums rose. Think about that. Paper price drops 5%. Physical silver doesn't budge. If silver were truly worth less, dealers would slash prices. They didn't. Why? Because buyers step in when paper prices fall, and because physical supply is tight. Silver has been in deficit for 5 straight years. Roughly 1.3 billion ounces consumed, about 1 billion produced. The gap comes from inventories, and those inventories are shrinking. Exchange vaults are bleeding metal. Registered supplies are down sharply. Silver is leaving the system and going into private hands and industry. Yet paper price fell because paper traders were forced out. This is the disconnect you need to understand. Paper markets move on leverage. Physical markets move on scarcity. Solar panels still need silver. Electric vehicles still need silver. AI infrastructure still needs silver. And most silver production is a byproduct of other metals. You can't just turn the tap on. Now add this. China's new export licensing rules begin in days. Less silver may leave the country. At the same time, China dominates solar and EV manufacturing. That matters. Shanghai prices have been trading above Western prices. Funds there even halted inflows because demand overwhelmed supply. Those are not bearish signals. So what does this mean for you? If you hold paper silver, you are exposed to margin mechanics. Your thesis can be right, and you can still be forced out. If you hold physical silver, you still own the same ounces today as yesterday. No margin call can change that. Neither approach is right or wrong. They carry different risks. What today showed is this. Short-term price can be dictated by rules. Long-term value is dictated by reality. Margin changes don't create silver. They don't destroy demand. They only reshuffle who can stay in the trade. History shows that forced selling often marks turning points, not because price must rise immediately, but because weak hands are removed. Whether this is one of those moments remains to be seen. What matters is understanding what actually happened. Today was not silver failing, it was leverage breaking, and that distinction matters more than the price on your screen.